So there is a slight buzzing throughout this episode. We're not sure why. We did locate it about halfway through, so please enjoy the episode. I do apologise for that. Here's a picture of Vinny.
Episode 3 of
Oh my God, we made it!
of the podcast that is called 10-1.
The 10-1, yeah.
10-1.
That was really cool. I liked that energy.
Yeah.
Wow.
I know, yeah.
Shout again.
I've had a whole week to refresh. So.
Oh, that's so funny.
Yeah.
No, carry on. Sorry for interrupting. I was just really, loved that.
Yeah.
Episode 3! Oh, it was great.
Yeah. I regret it already, actually.
No.
But I'm glad you had a good response to it, at least.
Go with it. You know, people are going to love that.
I'm not watching this episode.
You know all your fangirls? They're going to love that.
All of them, yeah.
Yes.
The many.
Many.
The horde that ambush us when we leave the studio.
Yeah. How did you leak? You leaked the address, didn't you, for the attention?
Yeah.
Fair enough. I'd do the same.
It's that time of year, you know.
It is.
Whatever that means.
So you're going to carry on with your intro?
Yeah, so third episode, we're going to be talking about some things and some stuff on the podcast.
On the podcast.
That we're currently recording in the studio. That is actually not been leaked yet. So,
No.
yeah.
Just in case the people were wondering, we're not getting hoarded once we leave the studio.
No.
That's not a thing that's happened yet.
We record these in the evening as well.
We do.
And it's like...
Well, it's dark outside and it's all scary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're going to talk about some things.
So yeah, that's the first time
What are you
Vinny
doing?
did. It's been 3 weeks, but it's the first time Vinny's done an intro.
Can you believe it?
I loved it.
I didn't.
Well, of course you don't.
Full of regret and
But yeah,
shame.
that's
You know.
just daily life. I think we live in a generation where we're all depressed
Yeah.
and constantly in a state of anxiety and guilt and shame. But that's all right.
Guilt.
Guilt
What have you done?
for being sad.
Damn.
Damn.
We're going to talk about some things anyway. We're talking about some films that we've watched the past week.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Do you want to get straight into it?
On to the recommended films
Yeah.
from...
That's how apparently this is how we start our episodes.
Makes sense.
It does. So
sense,
last week I recommended you Miracle Mile.
Miracle Mile.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a bit of fun.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Did you like it?
I did like it.
I'm going to turn you up a little bit.
Please do.
Yeah.
They all need to hear my opinions.
Yeah.
on
Do you know what, Vinny? Actually, I've got a bit of a bone to pick with you.
Oh.
Yes. Because what did I specifically tell you not to do before you watched the film?
Well, you see, I can't remember you saying it at all. Cause
I did. Multiple times.
I was told, apparently, not to look up the plot on IMDb or look at it any... That's how I did it. I looked at IMDb just so I knew what I was getting myself into. And it sort of, going to it blind would have been beneficial.
So beneficial.
There is a big revelation.
Yeah.
Twist,
So just before we go into it, if you haven't seen Miracle Mile...
which you should.
You should, yeah. You should...
On Prime right now.
Is it?
Probably. Yeah.
Is that how you watched it?
Yeah. So if you've got Prime, you can watch it on there.
Don't look at the synopsis. Don't watch the trailer. Just put it on
Yeah,
and sit back.
definitely.
So if you've not watched it, I need someone to experience it the way that I experienced it.
I wish I did.
Yeah. So if you've not seen it, haven't heard of it before, it's an 80s film starring Anthony Edwards. Go and watch it. Again, don't look at the synopsis, don't watch the trailer, don't read anything about it. Just rent it for £3.49, stick it on, and enjoy the ride. Yeah. But now we're going to talk about your opinion of it. So if you're the one of the few that is going to go and watch it in a bit, skip this part because I don't want to ruin it.
Yeah. Miracle Mile, there's a big twist.
Yeah, as we've established.
Yes.
So the first 15-20 minutes of the film, actually, before we go into your opinion, sorry, it's just typical me talking at you, as always. My friend Nathan, my housemate, said to me, I said, do you want to watch a film? He said, yeah. Let's watch this film. Let's watch Miracle Mile. Sit down. Don't go on your phone. Because I am a bastard for going on IMDb.
Oh, right, okay.
Halfway, like, throughout, before I start a film, during the film, and after the film. And, like, if I remotely recognise an actor, I'm straight on it. Like, who is this? What has this person been in before? So you just said, sit down and just watch it. And then, so for the first, 20 minutes, I was like, this is a rom-com. And then, the twist.
Yeah.
So, I mean, obviously you knew about it, which is so, really, that gutted me.
Yeah, it's a shame. I regret it.
Yeah.
I don't have many regrets.
Which is good.
Well, no. I've got a few.
You've got a few.
It doesn't. But
fine.
Yeah. But yeah, it even still, I wouldn't say it lost its impact.
No.
I was like, oh, this is a bit of a shake-up.
So for the people, well, obviously we've asked it. So the people who aren't going to watch it,
yeah,
it's an apocalypse scare. It's a nuclear war. So it came out in 88.
Yeah. As I know, because I looked it up on IMDb before I watched it.
So you've got the whole context of the Cold War and that film coming out at that time, and in the situation, he's in a phone booth and someone accidentally rings him. He's trying to ring his dad, and he tells them that they've set off the whole ward.
Yeah. 50 minutes.
Yeah, 50 minutes until the end of the world.
Yeah.
And it's fucking crazy, isn't it?
Yeah.
Are you familiar with the term Kafkaesque?
Kafkaesque? No,
Yes.
I'm not.
No.
Educate me.
Okay. So there is a writer there was a writer from Prague called Franz Kafka, and he was a writer, very poorly man, tuberculosis a lot, yeah. You don't want that.
No.
And he wrote a lot of short stories, but typical tortured artist, they were appreciated after he'd passed away.
Typical.
I'm pretty sure he passed away pretty young, maybe late 30s, early 40s, or maybe before then. But before he died, he said to his friend, he gave him all of his writing, and he said, burn it. And obviously, he didn't burn it. He then released it. But the thing is, the way that he wrote, and forgive me if you're a diehard Kafka fan, I am sorry. I have some research. When I was in Prague, I went to the museum. I have a little bit of it, but I'm sure people can explain it a lot better. But essentially, his writing is just there is no point in anything sort of vibe.
Oh.
Yeah. And are you familiar with The Trial? Orson Welles directed a film called The Trial.
No.
In the 60s. Oh Christ, I watched that. I felt like I was going fucking crazy because nothing made sense.
All right.
And then I was actually getting quite fed up because it was a pretty long film, and it was like literally nothing about it to me was making sense. It was just obstacle after obstacle after obstacle that I just couldn't comprehend. And then it sort of hit me. I was like, oh, that's sort of the point. So in a lot of his writing, it is this real, like maybe neorealism, where it is just it's rather bleak. Like he was a depressed fellow. Bless him. I actually saw a quote the other day. I'm going to pull up right now. It just randomly came up on my feed from Franz Kafka to a letter that he wrote to, I think it was his fiancée at the time. This is in 1913. On the 13th of April, day before my birthday. Wow. He put, I am not well. I could have built the pyramids with the effort it takes me to cling onto life and reason. So that's just a little insert into, the person he was. He struggled, had a lot of inner conflict with himself. He didn't think he was good enough. He was rather small as well, because he was, quite poorly a lot of his life. So he was smaller than his siblings and stuff. So a lot of his writing was very, like I said, bleak. The Trial is essentially a story about a man who is put on trial for a murder. He's on trial for something, but he doesn't know what. Everyone else around him knows about this trial that's happening, and like the jury and everyone that's involved, it's like this whole big conspiracy, but it doesn't make sense to him, and he doesn't know where it's come from, and he just derails into madness. And the way that he wrote, he didn't really finish it. There was multiple different endings and different excerpts. The way that he wrote, and that was similar for a lot of his stuff. And he also wrote Metamorphosis. Have you heard of that?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think the film was very good. I don't. Have you seen it?
No.
I haven't seen it, but apparently the film's not great. But the story itself is interesting. This family man, father, just wakes up one day and is a bug. And yeah, it's just really depressing. I think he goes through. He wakes up as a bug, and
What sort of bug?
I don't know, Vinny. I have to Google it now. Just says huge insect.
Oh.
Yeah. So I'll read the overview.
Da-da.
He wakes up one morning, finding himself transformed into an insect. After the metamorphosis, Gregor becomes unable to work and is confined to his room for most of the remainder of the story. And basically, at the start of the story, his family are quite supportive, but by the end, his family are fed up and kind of wishing that he would just die, because it's like, just really like, it's like, oh, my dad's a bug. Like, I can't be arsed with that shit.
You should die.
Yeah, basically. So a lot of his writing is quite sad. You know, there's no real happy ending. But it's also that process of one thing happening after another that's sort of unbelievable, and they coined the term Kafkaesque.
That sounds a bit like Miracle Mile, actually.
Well, what do you know? Because I was thinking that the Miracle Mile is a bit Kafkaesque.
I think you're right, based on the description, yeah.
And have you seen After Hours by Scorsese?
I really want to.
Yeah. Well, that's actually showing, in fact, on next Tuesday. I think I'm going, if you would like to join.
I think I might.
Do it. I mean, I think it's during the day. I think it's like 3 o'clock after the show, and you might be
3 o'clock on a Tuesday.
Yeah.
Of course I'm free.
Yeah. But yeah, that's all. Well, you've not seen it, but that's also very Kafkaesque. I would say, you know, the film I recommended, Shiver Baby, is also quite Kafkaesque, but that has more of like a happier ending. There's Kafkaesque elements to it.
Miracle Mile does not have a happy ending. Well, no, it doesn't. I mean, it's like a, you know, it's all right.
Yeah,
as in like
it's
not,
they've accepted the fate, but at
Yeah,
least they've got each other kind of thing.
yeah.
Because you know, for a long time,
we're assuming that you've seen it at this point, by the way.
Yeah.
Or don't care.
Yeah. So, yeah, I think that's, you know, you for a big chunk of the film, you think, oh, it's going to work out for them, and I think that because especially at the time, like the 80s, like Rocky as well, and I don't know why Rocky came to mind, but like films like that is like, even though he didn't win that fight, like the first
distance.
he went the distance, and he won Adrian.
Yeah.
So
it's all about love.
it is. So you have those happy types of endings. So for Miracle Mile to sort of do that, I thought it was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Do you know that shot where he climbs up onto the van?
Yeah.
And
everyone's going, because it's at this point. You know,
everyone's found out.
Because most of the film, it's only like a few people that know, and then towards the end, it's on the news, and everyone's panicking, running around, doing, you know, all the apocalypse, you know,
apocalypse type shit.
I don't get why people loot, by the way, when the apocalypse is happening.
Well, it's just fuck it, innit? I think I would.
I guess, but like, you're going to be incinerated in 20 minutes, like.
Yeah, but why not be rich for that 20 minutes?
TV.
That's very true.
Yeah.
But yeah, when I want that, I want a painting of that, like a huge painting of it, just hung up. I thought it's gorgeous, man.
Should get someone to make that
the
for you.
Absolute carnage. Maybe I will. If you're a painter out there, please get in touch. I've got a job for you.
Brilliant.
On a limited budget.
Yeah.
Because we've got 3 subscribers.
Oh.
We might have more.
One of them's me.
Yeah, one of them's me as well.
We've
Who's
got
the third?
one subscriber. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, me.
Yeah, no. I'm glad you liked it. I watched it for the first time and instantly became one of my favourite films.
Yeah, I can see that impression. Also, you know, in the last episode we were talking about, you know, sort of gay subtext, and not necessarily just subtext, but it's gay sort of representation and things in older films, not from the past like 10, 15 years. Miracle Mile Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
It's
They
got a
have
bit of that without sort of.
the helicopter driver.
Yeah.
Because at this point he runs into a gym and he's looking for a helicopter. Why is a helicopter driver? Helicopter pilot. Fucking idiot. I'm so stupid. Yeah, he runs into the gym, finds a huge stead head, and he's like, "Oh well, if this is happening, I need
to get
I
someone.
need to get someone." He gets his boyfriend.
And it's like, is this a problem? The main guy's like,
no
problem.
I've got bigger fucking issues, mate.
Yeah, although he seemed like reluctant to say not a problem.
Did you think?
Like not like it wasn't a problem because he's got other bigger things on his mind. But
you think he's a homophobe?
No,
thanks for ruining
no, not necessarily. More like he wasn't like he was like, yeah, that's not a problem. But more like it's not obviously not like it's not like it's like for him it wasn't obviously not a problem.
Yeah.
When he was
well, I mean, if you look at it, like the 80s, I suppose.
Everyone was terrified.
Yeah. So we spoke about that.
But there was also a drag queen.
There is,
diner
and she's funny.
Yeah, just doesn't care.
Does not give a shit, mate.
No.
Bigger fish to fry apparently.
When they left in the diner and everyone's gone off in the van and stuff, I was thinking, there's donuts in the. It's like donuts on display next. She's like having a smoke. I was like, you could have them donuts because like.
Oh right, so
that's my main takeaway.
So okay, so you wouldn't loot, but you would steal a donut.
If I was a drag queen
in
a diner and everyone left,
God, that's an image.
I would take the donut.
Oh, okay.
From the display.
If you were, what would your drag queen name be? Vinny the Prinny.
No.
Oh.
I wouldn't have my name in it.
Oh, okay.
It would be more about like a character trait.
What is your character trait as a drag queen?
I don't know. That's not for me to decide, I guess.
Well, it's your drag queen.
Yeah, but like, it would be more something about me.
You just started sweating.
I don't know. I don't really
have a think about this. I'm going to ask you about that at some point. But yeah, to carry on talking about Miracle Mile.
I would recommend it.
So another thing. So obviously, despite my wishes, you Googled the synopsis.
Yes.
And you ruined that part for yourself.
Yeah, but it didn't ruin the film.
Yeah. I think there's another thing that I wondered throughout watching it, and when I show it people, I rewatched it this week because I recommended it to you as well. I made sure that I watched it as well, so it's fresh in my memory.
I should have done that.
I feel like I have more spare time than you.
Maybe.
I just, sleep all the time.
Unemployed.
I'm not fucking unemployed. Oh, okay. Yeah. Sorry, I was about to say. Let's start swinging. It is the anxiety of, is it actually happening or has he been pranked?
Yeah.
Did you have that sort of?
I did sort of. I mean, when it sort of is making you think that, oh, maybe it's just a scare. I was sort of like, I fell for it. I was like, oh God, this is all. People have died.
Yeah.
And then obviously.
Did you clock the guy from Forrest Gump?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's something I miss. I say miss as if I was around in the 80s. But with a lot of 80s films, they have like they have loads of side characters that are like all memorable. I mean, we've already spoken.
Yeah.
Lots of like quirky.
He was cool.
He was quirky guys who have like a very designed character.
Yeah.
That aren't. He wasn't unimportant to the plot. He just threw some petrol on some police.
Yeah.
Why did he do that?
Because he had loads of stolen stereos in his boot. He didn't want to get caught.
Lesson. I guess that's what. Next time I have loads of stereos that I've stolen, that I steal from cars, I'll throw some petrol on someone.
Yeah, whilst dressed up as a drag queen eating donuts. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Now, do you have any final thoughts before we move on?
I think it's very. I think it shows the 80s in a really interesting way.
Yeah.
It's very 80s, but not like Back to the Future 80s. So it's sort of like in between like the grimy 80s of RoboCop, like the Coca-Cola 80s of that Back to the Future. It's sort of like in the middle where it's like probably a good overview of what the 80s sort of looked like.
I've never seen RoboCop.
Be a recommendation at some point.
I know it should be. I'm very guilty of just like some of the most obvious films where people are like, "How?" I've not seen.
It's so much better than you could ever expect.
All right, okay.
It to be, in my opinion.
I don't even know what it's about. A robot cop.
Could be.
Okay, I'll take your word for it. Right, let's move on. So you recommended me the producers.
Yeah, the 2005 one.
2005 one.
Not the
Yeah.
remake that I learned is actually like 50 minutes shorter or something like that.
Yes. So I have some thoughts.
I haven't watched it for probably the best part of a decade, I will say.
Fucking hell.
But I remember it very well because
Okay.
I kind of listened to the soundtrack semi-often.
Okay, all right. The tunes were pretty good.
Yeah.
I'll give you that.
So that's the only way I experienced that film
Okay.
the most.
And you've seen it live as a musical as well, haven't you?
Yes.
Okay.
Before I ever saw the film.
Mm-hmm. See, how you ruined Miracle Mile for yourself by Googling the synopsis. I think I ruined the producer's remake for me. Because I knew that Gene Wilder was in the original. And because obviously, just to air it out here, Vinny's never seen the original.
Yeah.
So he's watched this remake knowing
several times as well.
Several times, but not for the past 10 years.
Well, no. Within the past 10, like
6
years ago.
Okay.
5 years ago.
Right.
I remember very well. I've seen it many times.
Yeah, but you've not so when I was watching it, stellar cast, by the way. I love all the cast. Like, what's he?
Nathan Lane.
Yeah.
Uma Thurman. Will Ferrell.
Yeah, we'll talk about her character in a minute. I've got a couple of qualms with it.
Oh right, okay.
But might just be me being picky.
Yeah.
Nathan Lane, who is he in Lion King? What's his name? Simba? No, obviously not fucking Simba. Abi.
That would be quite funny. Although they were both in. Matthew Broderick played older Simba. He plays.
Oh, did
They
he?
were both in it.
Fuck off, did he?
Yeah.
Oh, crazy.
He's the older Simba, and then Nathan Lane is.
What, Ferris Bueller?
Yeah.
That's the older Simba in the original Lion King?
Yeah.
Mental.
Yeah.
All right.
And Nathan Lane is Timon.
Timon, obviously. The meerkat.
The meerkat,
Yeah. And he's brilliant. And every time I rewatch Modern Family quite a lot, and he pops up in that now and then. But it's just like and then actually last year he was in the Mendes Brothers.
Yeah, I was thinking that.
And he had like a really serious character, but I was just like, what's his name? Lion King?
Wait.
Timon. Timon, yeah. I was just like, he's this really serious character, and I'm just like, Timon's traumatized. I can't unhear it. Incredible, anyway. So great cast, but no, in the back of my head, knowing that I could be watching a 60s classic Hollywood film with Gene Wilder, a musical.
I have no excuses.
Yeah, there is no excuses, Vinny.
I guess because
you should be burnt
at
the stake.
I know the story. But I know I want to watch it. I will watch it. Maybe you can recommend it to me once.
Yeah, I will. So that's in the back of my head when I'm watching it. I also, like I liked it. I'm not saying that I didn't. I didn't like it. I did like it. There were elements that I enjoyed, but what it felt like was a 60s golden Hollywood musical with an early 2000s comedy look.
Yeah,
and that just wasn't clicking for me.
That's pretty accurate. Yeah,
and it was huge. Coincidentally, actually. Do you know the bit before he quits his job and he's at the accountant?
Yeah.
I'll have to fact check myself, but from looking at the set of that, it actually did look a little bit inspired by Orson Welles' The Trial, Kafka, which relates to what we're talking about before. I'll show you in a bit and you can make your own decision. But yeah, no, I was a bit. That to me didn't click. 2000s comedy sort of look,
and it looks like, if I remember right, which I think I do, most of it looks like it's on a soundstage or like on a stage.
Yes, yeah, and with that sort of
could be intentional.
With but with that new 2000s look, it just wasn't clicking for me. No, the cast were fine.
Was that early 2000s cast like in a 60s? I mean, I guess you have things set in the past.
No, it was. Yeah, I enjoyed it. I like the premise of it. I think it was theatrical. It was a musical. Yeah. I enjoyed the songs. I just wished I was watching the original.
Yeah, I think that's.
So I will be doing that, and I can't wait to burn you at the stake for making me watch a remake.
Yeah, that's all right. It happens.
Yeah. So that's our recommendations for this week.
Yeah.
I had something that I was going to talk to you about, but I just completely forgot. Da-da. Just...
Was it meet cute?
Whoa. Really? You want to talk about it?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Let's talk about it.
So we're in pre-production for a film called Meet Cute that I have written. Have you read draft for?
I have.
Have you? What do you think?
I liked it.
We can't spoil it this one.
So now I'm going to read it out on my phone.
Ha ha ha. Yeah, it's my first take at directing and writing since uni. But since uni, like I said in the last episode, I learned a lot about film, not so much about filmmaking. It was more based about film theory, and really, like, not to be that gal, but I was just at uni for the student loans. I know. Maybe if I'd taken like a couple of years out to figure out what I wanted to do, I would have probably applied for like a film school or something. But you know, there's nothing better than actually being on set and experiencing and learning it that way. So yeah, it's my first stab at directing. We've officially cast now, which I'm very excited about. We're going on a recce soon.
We are. In a few days.
And I'm really enjoying it, to be honest. Like, we had an acting workshop last week or 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Which I was really nervous about. Did that with our dear friend Kaylee Coleman, who will be joining us on the next episode. That's what I got excited about before.
Yes.
Last week, in the previous episode. Kaylee Coleman will be joining us next week, and we get to talk about some things that I've been wanting to talk about, but I needed her here to talk about with.
Yep.
But I knew that going into the workshop, I could have just let her run it because she's such a people person.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, and I could have just let her run it. But I said to her, like, I want... Kaylee is the producer, by the way. She's also someone who I crafted the sort of original idea with. So she's got a story by credit. But I said to her, just sort of let me take the realm, because I was feeling really anxious, and I don't know if you can relate to this. Recently, my social anxiety is increasing slightly. Yeah.
Why is that?
I don't know.
Just happened.
Yeah, I think I go through bouts and phases like everyone does with different sort of mental health issues, and but recently, at the minute, social anxiety is flaring up like a bad hip.
Huh.
But I'm working through it, and I think that was really important for me at the workshop to sort of take the lead and run through it with them, because obviously these people, we had like 30, 40 people audition.
Wow.
Yeah, because the story is literally just between two characters, and it's like 13 pages of dialogue, and then that's it. There's nothing fancy happening.
Yeah.
It's in the dialogue, and it's in the characters and how they're interacting, their chemistry. So I knew it was so important to get the right people. So we did self-tapes, and then we did Zoom recalls, and then we did the workshop. So there was 8 people at the workshop, and I was shitting myself, I won't lie, but we got I got through it and
exposure therapy.
Yeah, exactly.
Goes a long way.
I've done fucking so much exposure therapy, but yeah, I think so. The moral of the story is, if you're feeling like you're struggling with something like social anxiety, you do sort of just have to bite the bullet, per se, and do something like that. Cause
what else are you going to do,
Yeah, because that's another, like, avoidance is a big thing for me. Like, if I'm feeling overwhelmed or something, I will just avoid it, and that only makes it worse. Not to go down the route of like, listen to me, I am a mental health guru. I'm not, and this isn't what the podcast is for, but we're here to vent about things and talk about life, as well as talk about films and music and stuff. So I'll be honest on a podcast and say that I was struggling with that anxiety, but the workshop definitely helped, and knowing that I can do something like that now is making me more excited for actually shooting. Excited to have you on board, excited to work with you again. It's been a couple of months.
Has.
Night shoots. How do you feel about that?
So, we're shooting 9
In the
p.m.
dark.
till.
Well, we're not.
5
Well, no, it's
Oh, no.
we're gonna call at about 9 p.m.
Yeah. So we start shooting at 2 a.m. No, we start shooting at what, 10 p.m.
Yeah, about
9:30.
the sun sets at 9:45.
Oh right.
It'll be like dark by like 15:15.
Yeah.
I'm thinking. So probably like 10:15 till like 4:45 or something. So it's gonna be. But I've never. Have you ever done a night shoot?
No.
No, neither.
We nearly did one.
We did at the Cavern Club.
Yeah, that would have been
Interesting, yeah.
Quite terrifying as well, actually. I think about it.
Why?
I don't know.
Just scary environment.
Scary place underground.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. It is quite scary. Bars underground scare me a little bit.
Yeah, anything. Imagine if it flooded and you're drowned.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, or a fire. Everyone has to go out the same way.
Yeah.
Don't start fires on the
Don't start fires.
If you're going to the Cavern Club today, or at any point, don't start a fire.
Yeah.
Someone might get hurt. You never know.
Yeah. So I lost my David Lynch virginity.
Yeah.
It's not.
Yeah,
I just saw the review like of that on Letterboxd, and I was like, "Well, true, same." Good. I mean,
rest in peace, David Lynch.
yeah, rest in peace.
Not long.
I know it's only been a couple of months, isn't it?
Yeah.
And I feel like a knob for not watching anything sooner.
I managed to watch. I'm very ashamed that I've only seen one film by David Lynch.
Blue Velvet, wasn't it?
I think it's. I mean, people say it's his best. I know lots of people have this their favorite.
Okay. I watched
Good one.
Mulholland Drive.
I know. I know. I'm gonna like every single one of the films I watch.
In it, it's like my next thing to tackle is Twin Peaks.
Yes, I want to watch like Eraserhead.
Yeah, I'm sick of seeing references. People are making references and saying like how life changes, and I'm like, I'm just gonna have to do it. It's like,
if enough people watch this is kind of stuff that you'd get hate comments about.
oh yeah, they can hate me. I'll just cry.
Yeah,
it's fine. But yeah, I watched Mulholland Drive. Obviously, because there's a bit of gayness in it, so I felt compelled to watch that first.
Yeah.
I'd like to incorporate, without revealing too much, like I don't want to be the next David Lynch, guys. Don't worry, he's very confusing. I've not got the brains for that, but I would like to. I watched like a documentary on Mulholland Drive, and like they analysed it, and he's very secretive with how, like, with what to take from the story. It's very much like, what did you get from it, sort of thing. And I just I like his whole approach to storytelling and the way that he's so passionate about it. Like, I've seen videos for years of him talking about film. Like, I've known who he is. It's just I'm shit and haven't actually sat down and taken the time to watch it. But
I'm guilty of that as well.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna take some steps. Some approach to the way I work as a director. I don't feel like one. In Meet Cute, and just valuing the characters and the space, and making sure that it's just like this really good environment. And I also saw a quote the other day. Have you seen Companion? Came out this year.
No. Oh, I know of it, but
yeah.
I'm watching.
There was like someone was doing a behind the scenes interview or something, saying that the director of that was struggling the first couple of weeks because he was watching the rushes of the day and wasn't happy with them, and he was going home really stressed because it wasn't the film that he'd seen in his head.
Yeah, that's quite a terrifying sort of.
But then the penny sort of dropped, and he he fell in love with the process of it, because he realised that you shouldn't be thinking that way. You shouldn't be thinking about the film in your head. You should be thinking about the film in everybody's head. Because you need to trust your crew, and you need to trust your DP or your ACs and your ADs, because they all want the same thing as you.
Yeah.
And it's a collaborative thing, the films. So you need to trust all these people, and you can have an idea when you're writing something, and it can look one way, but if you get too het up on that, then you're gonna lose sight of the real thing, and then lose the passion that's in it. So yeah.
But it's exciting making a film.
I'm very excited to sort of get stuck into it, because I think that this is the first thing that I'm going to make that I can actually be like, this is, this is mine.
Your thing.
Yeah. I mean, it's not mine, it's everyone's. But the writing and working with the actors to build the characters, like, it's just all very exciting.
Yeah.
And, getting to work with some of my bestest friends, like you.
And everyone else.
And yeah, shout out. I'll read that.
That one subscriber.
That one subscriber.
Probably doing something on it.
Yeah.
Unless it's like a bot.
It could be. Yeah, I think that's the beauty of filmmaking, isn't it? It's like you become the people that you work with. You spend like 12 hours a day with them.
You can't help but get attached to them in some way, whether you like.
I feel very attached to you and the people I'm working with.
Sounds painful.
Yeah, it fucking is, because you're not very emotive.
What do you mean?
Because if I got down on one knee right now and told you that I was in love with you and wanted to marry you, you would just go, no.
Yeah, point and laugh.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Piss off. Go back on Minecraft. But no, I think, we have these conversations all the time, like you, Carl, Kaylee, Martha, blah, 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 everyone else. Everyone else. They know who they are. It's like we're all become very, attached.
Yeah.
Feel like a family. Feel like Vin Diesel, Christ. But yeah, so I'm very excited for it to be my turn, because we've worked on other people's films, bounced around from project to project, and now I'm the head honcho.
Yeah.
Is that the phrase, head honcho? I don't know.
No.
Is it not?
I'm going to say no.
Oh, why?
That's just because I want to.
Oh.
That's because I believe, it could have been better.
No.
Everyone's critical, yeah.
I hope, obviously there's an element of stress in every film production, but not this one.
No, there's going to be no stress. Everyone's going to be calm the entire time.
We've definitely not got 6 hours of darkness that we have to get 12 pages of dialogue in.
Yeah. Well, it's over a few days.
Yeah, it'd be fine.
Put like 18 hours of darkness.
Yeah, I've got we've cast now, and I've got a month of rehearsals with the actors, which is exciting.
So they'll be on it.
Yeah.
Fine.
I'm actually gonna get Macaulay on the podcast at some point.
That'll be a laugh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a great guy, great character.
He's an actor.
Brilliant actor.
Yeah,
he was one of the only people I didn't know I did know in the audition process, and I really didn't want to cast him because I was like, but I know him, but he just at the workshop, it was just like, yeah,
if
like,
it works, it works.
It works, and it does. He's splendidly, stupidly, annoyingly talented, and he's going to go far, and I trust him, and I think that also I have a lot to learn from him as well, in terms of like the acting and that's that element of things, and so I'm looking forward to that. But we'll get him on the podcast because I know that he has specific things that he wants to talk about.
Oh, does he?
So we'll give him a platform for it.
A voice?
Yeah, we're giving him a voice. He's going to call out people.
Oh, really?
No.
He was in this.
He was, yes. He was in this.
He was in this.
But what about the people listening to at home? What did you just point to?
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
there's
people might just be listening.
Wow.
Whoa.
Lazy. No, I just pointed at a clapperboard that we first had on the last episode.
Yes.
For Semolina Pilchard, which is, as we've said, is mine and Abby's first feature film that we worked together, and also the place where we met, which is the relevance to the podcast, which is why we have it on display. And that's where we met Macaulay.
Yep.
Because he played Max.
Yes. He played Max. He bleached his hair blonde so often it looked like he was going to go bald, but it's fine and healthy now.
Oh, did he bleach it for that part?
Yeah. He's got like mousy brown hair.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, he had to bleach it for the role, and it was getting a bit crispy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Would you ever bleach your hair?
No.
No. Would you ever do anything to it?
No.
No.
They're really boring.
Yeah.
I'll go get a haircut maybe.
Well, I hope so. You used to have a right mop.
Oh.
Sorry. Yeah, that was rude.
Yeah, that was rude.
My
It's the
apologies.
last episode of the
No. We can't end it on an odd number.
Why not? It's a round number 3. There's one on either side.
Eh?
As in the number 3. There's like a middle and there's 2 on either side. It's a round number. As in like it's not,
What?
things have to be in 3s or 5s or 10s or 15s or 30s or 50s or 100s. I don't go by even numbers. I sort of prefer like 1, 3, 5, 10.
No, I don't like 3s. I can't do things in 3s because 3, 6, 9. It's like 9. That is no. It's 10.
Yeah, I mean, in like a social setting, an even number is important, I would say. So
I still don't get what you mean. There's one on either side.
I wouldn't think too deeply about it.
No, I need to know.
So like,
You need to
think
tell
of
me.
3 things in a line next to each other.
Oh, I was thinking physically of a 3, and I
No,
was
like-
like, that's not fucking symmetrical.
Think like 3. Yeah.
Yeah.
Symmetry.
You
It's
mean
all
one
about
either side?
symmetry.
There's one either side
Yeah.
of the 3 of something. You're right. Okay, I get you now.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, I was thinking of the actual number.
Oh no.
And I was thinking about the middle thing. Is he talking about the top and the bottom? Like, I'm just like this.
No,
this
but I
is
guess
like,
in a
Vinny's
3,
cracked. He's
3,
broken.
3 has 3 ends, doesn't it? And 2
Oh,
two
no.
has 2, but 1 also has 2.
Oh, God. That's fucking stressful.
Yeah.
Do you know what used to freak me out as well, just whilst we're talking about numbers? Do you know people who can do the 9 times table with their fingers? It's like, what are you doing there?
Well, nah.
No, it's
nah,
like,
nah.
I can't specifically remember it, but it's like,
18.
are you doing it now? No. It's like,
27.
I
What?
swear, it's like you put down certain fingers and it's like, it tells you
That
what it is.
represents.
But I was good at times tables back in school because like every month we used to do like 100 times tables and you have to fly through it, and whoever finishes first is like the best person ever.
Wow.
Not the best person ever, but you know, I have certain favourite multiplications.
Yeah.
I love 7 times 8, 56. Very satisfying. I don't know why. That is right, isn't it? Yeah.
It is right.
But yeah, I swear there's like a method where people who do the 9 times table can do something with their fingers and it tells them what it is. But I just remember the 9 times table because one number goes up and the other one goes down. 18, 27, 36, 45, 54,
and so on.
63, 72, 81.
If there's any of those little freaks that used to do that,
Yeah.
don't comment. I don't want to know. Anyway,
What was your favourite topic at school?
topic,
Yeah,
like subjects.
Mm.
As in, like, what level of school are we talking?
like high school, yeah.
High school? Well, are we talking like pre-GCSEs? Because then you've like sort of chosen.
Oh, okay, yeah. No, year 10. So it's like you've chosen, yeah.
I mean, I chose media studies. That was always fun.
Oh, I can't believe you had that. Did you go to a little posh school?
No.
Did you not?
I'm not going to say what school that is.
Sorry, my mic went off there. Tell me.
No.
I'm only messing you out like that. No. All right, okay. So, but media studies is in every school. So take away that. What was your favourite?
As in, like, the base. Like,
Yeah, your basics,
subject.
like your science, your maths, your English, your RE,
Um,
your PE, your geography, history.
I quite enjoyed English literature, even though I didn't choose it for anything ever. But
you have to do that.
yeah, I know.
We're the same age. So
But
did
like,
you
didn't
do?
choose it for A levels.
Did you do your English lit in year 10?
The exam?
Yeah.
No.
Weird. I thought that was everybody.
No.
Because it was the first round of, oh God, this is showing how young / old we are, depending on who you are.
Who you are and when you.
But we got our GCSE results in numbers, not letters.
Yeah, they were the guinea pigs.
Yeah, we were the guinea pigs. So that's what I mean. So the first year, so for the year above, they only got letters for maths and English, and then numbers for maths and English, and then the rest was letters.
Which makes more sense.
And the year they did that, we did English lit GCSE so I did my English lit in year 10.
No, I didn't do that.
No. That's weird. I could have sworn that everyone did it.
I did my English lit GCSE exam the same day as a funeral.
Oh Jesus.
That was a bit grim.
That's not great.
Before the funeral, which is probably better than after.
I know, but still. You get compassionate leave.
No, I just had to do the exam.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's really rude. This is no way a comparison, but I was going through my first heartbreak whilst I was doing my GCSEs, and in my one of my science exams, I was shit at science. I missed like 2 weeks, I think, of the start of chemistry, so that was like the core, like your basics.
Yeah.
Because I had an operation, so I missed like 2 weeks of school and just never got it. And I was the type of kid where it's like when I didn't get something, I would get really frustrated, and then I would either have a bleep panic attack or I'd get really angry and just not do it. But in one of my science exams, I just wrote, do I want to air myself out like this? Fuck it. It was years ago. I just sat there writing a letter to the heartbreak.
Well, you know, I've seen worse. Like, there was I'm not going to say who this was, but there was a guy. I mean, I don't know if this might say a lot about me, considering where you're placed. I don't know how your exam halls were. You're placed by the same people in your class. But there was a guy that sat behind me, and he spent the entire, I think it was it would have been a chemistry exam, and he spent the entire exam colouring in the periodic table.
Fairs.
Which is, which is worse, I think.
One of them, I remember.
At least you were doing something productive, kind of.
Yeah.
But I was also going through the same thing.
Yeah,
first. Not the funeral, but I was also going through...
A heartbreak?
Yeah, well...
Your first heartbreak?
Yeah, 16, whatever.
Actually, my first heartbreak was La La Land. Can we talk about La La Land dead quick? Because I know we spoke about Damien.
Quite a segue, yeah.
Yeah, we spoke about Damien Chazelle last week, but we didn't talk about La La Land, and I mentioned it a few times, but it's one of my favourite films ever.
Oh, yeah.
Because I watched it when it came out 2016, so I was 14.
Mm-hmm.
This was pre any form of relationship.
No.
And I watched it, and I was live tweeting whilst I was tweeting. So you can scroll far enough down on my Twitter to see me live tweeting, and I'm like, oh my god, this is the greatest film ever. And then the next reply is just mascara seeping down my face, because I was so heartbroken that they didn't get together that I like cried until I was about to throw up.
Jesus.
I know, but that was like, I think that's why it's like cemented into one of my favourite films ever, forever and ever, is just because like that whole experience of watching it and being like, no, but they should have been together, being 14.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was like, I would say that was my first heartbreak. Like, I had to speak to someone about it. Like the next day in school, I'm pretty sure that I like spoke to like a teacher or a
counsellor,
like, a counsellor or something, and was talking about it. It almost hospitalised me. I was so gutted.
Jesus.
But then I rewatched it like a year ago maybe, and it's still sad, but it didn't hit the same.
Right.
Obviously it strikes a chord because it's a phenomenal film, but now I've had that heartbreak.
Yeah.
I have that understanding of things don't work out sometimes, and that is all right.
And you just got to get over it. is what you're trying to say.
Just gotta get
just
over
grow
it. You just stared at
all the 14-year-olds out there. Just grow up.
Just get a grip.
Don't do what Abi did. Learn from this.
I'm here trying to be like all fucking philosophical, just get a grip. But you're right. I should stop being so whiny.
Yeah.
God, who spat in your cornflakes?
New? I don't know.
No, you don't. Fair enough. It's not.
I don't eat breakfast.
It's not a good source of protein anyway. Do you not?
No.
Why not?
don't want to.
Oh, right, fair enough.
And like I like, I have lunch and then
Yeah, fair. I have breakfast, but I use my air quotation marks because I get out of bed at like 2:00. So
right. So you're having. I have lunch. I like eat for the first time at like 1 or 2.
yeah,
Usually
that's
1:30 or 2.
yeah, that's probably that.
But that's still if I wake up at like 7
All right,
or 8 or
fucking
9.
super.
I don't need
Flexing the fact. I'm sorry. Okay,
I'll try really hard to forgive you.
I just like sleeping.
I don't. It's boring.
Oh, it's so good.
I don't mind going to sleep. But
Do you know, I fucking love waking up and going back to sleep. That is
I
my
hate that.
favourite thing.
Unless there's like something I don't want to wake up for, and then I wake. The whole thing that everyone likes, where you wake up and it's still like 3 hours until you.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't mind that. That's all right.
Mm.
That's a relieving feeling. But then when you actually do wake up, it's a horrible feeling. So.
I mean, I like it.
Well, I don't.
Do you know what? Fuck you.
Yeah.
Maybe this will end after episode 3.
It's all right because it's a symmetrical number.
No, I don't know. I love sleeping. I am working on it, but in my mind, I work evenings.
Yeah.
And I'm up until like I'm not. I'm up until 4 a.m. anyway, depending on whether I've worked or not. It's just I just wait like I'm a night owl, I suppose.
Yeah.
But when I need to be, I'm an early bird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
when we're shooting and stuff, then fucking 6 a.m. calls at Red Dog Saloon. Christ alive, that were horrible.
That was early for me.
But oh yeah, let's go and help the
I woke up
GP.
at 4 a.m.
All right. Yeah, I know that's not even the worst. Like you could get called at like 3 a.m. Do you know what I mean? So I know that.
Or
It's
9 p.m.
Oh, 9 p.m.
Yeah.
But I moral of the story: early bird when I want to be, but I do enjoy just wallowing there in self-loathing and pity.
I just feel gross in the morning, so I need to get out of bed. I just feel like, I'm all sweaty. Because it's that time of year, for me anyway, where it's too hot to be fully covered. Because when I'm fully covered, I'm too hot, but then it's too cold to be out of the covers.
Yeah.
So like,
What can you even when it's boiling? Can you like sleep with no covers, like without a duvet?
yeah, if
That's
it's like
fucking mental.
if it's warm
what
or
about
not,
the monster under the bed?
you just gotta tame that monster.
Oh, Christ! All right.
Whatever that could possibly mean. It's just horrible. I'm hating waking up lately. I just want to go to sleep and never wake up.
All right. You can talk. It's a safe space.
Is it?
But, well, yeah. I mean, there's Ian Brown around the room, but yeah.
That doesn't sound very safe. No, it's a dangerous place. No, it was safe.
Yeah.
The door's locked.
I'm always here to talk to Finn
Thanks.
about your sleeping patterns. I just happen to love sleeping.
No, I think I just get vivid dreams like every night. So
Do you? But I only get
indoors.
dreams if I wake up and go back to sleep, or I can only remember my dreams if I wake up and go back to sleep.
Oh.
I don't have like dreams. It's just black, like death. It's just darkness.
That's good though.
I suppose.
Deep sleep.
Been falling asleep listening to Simpsons recently.
Simpsons.
Yeah, I have to have something on.
Yeah.
Can't be my own thoughts. They're deafening.
I listen to rain sounds.
Do you?
Yeah.
My mum does that, but it's like, does it not? I've got a really bad. I've established I've got a really bad bladder.
Yeah.
And I go like 4 times before I go to bed.
Oh no, doesn't do that to me. Maybe it would do to you.
I've had like thunderstorms before, I think.
Or you could do like car sounds, like cars driving past.
I've done like what is it? There's like a special type of frequency, and then like
brown noise.
Oh,
that's the thing.
Yeah, I know. I thought you said brown note. Sorry, do you know what a brown note is?
Yeah, I think so.
I thought you said
and if I don't, I could have a good guess.
Yeah. Yeah. Sometimes that works. I go through phases with ASMR.
No.
No.
Can't stand it. It's horrible.
I like the which is the one where it's like sharp or dull.
Right.
and it's just someone prodding someone. It's literally just someone prodding another human being, asking whether it's sharp or dull, and then the person goes, sharp, dull, sharp, dull. It's great.
So if you don't want to sleep at night, you can listen to that.
I love it personally, but I do go through phases with it.
Isn't this podcast about film and music?
Yeah, but we can detour.
No,
it's also about life, Vinny.
This is about life. Yeah.
We can do whatever the fuck we want.
We're doing a 10-1.
We're doing a 10-1 segment, yeah. Well, actually, we're about to wrap up because it's almost been an hour.
Has it?
Yeah.
God,
time flies when you're talking about pissing.
Talking about dreams and
dreams and...
We got this from La La Land, didn't we?
Yeah, we did get from La La Land, and I was like really trying to open up to you.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
just
and I
really
derailed it.
Yeah, just shut me down completely. I'm never gonna forgive you for it ever.
I'll tell you what. I think the way you feel about things is actually allowed.
Is it?
Yeah.
From you or just in general?
General, and also from me.
Okay, thank you.
As a compliment. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Right.
And thank you for watching.
So you're doing the intro and outro. We've not recommended a film.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So this week we were talking about it in the car. I'm going to recommend Dog Day Afternoon.
Yes.
So you have to watch that. Oh, the car!
Don't get the reference.
Right. Go watch.
If you get that reference, say that you've watched Dog Day Afternoon.
Comment down below.
Yeah.
Yeah. So watch Dog Day Afternoon. I'll watch it as well. I'm really interested to see what you think. Actually relates, I'm not going to go into it. Was it this episode I was chatting about gayness?
That was last episode.
Was it?
I think so. It was a week ago, so I have to think about it.
I just left the mug there. Was it? I feel like it was this episode. Was it last episode?
I think it might have been both.
Oh my. At the end of the last episode, did we recommend films for each other to watch?
Yeah.
Did we?
Yeah.
Did we?
Yeah, because we talked about it at the beginning of this episode.
Yeah, I know, but did we?
We did.
In the last, did I say you should watch Miracle Wow?
You did.
Did you?
Well, I definitely.
Oh yes,
I definitely suggested that film.
Okay, I remember.
I know that you watched it.
I remember now. Okay.
God, the things you can forget in a week.
I know, it's just been so long. Did we talk? Was it? I think it was this episode that we talked about gayness and my gayness.
Oh, it could have been, but it was sort of related to The Last of Us, which we were talking about in the last episode.
I don't know. Anyway, Dog Day Afternoon has some.
I've heard actually.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I'm not going to.
Don't make that mistake again.
I don't know the relevance to the actual film. I just know there's something.
Yeah, yeah. So watch that. I'm very intrigued to see what you think. I'll probably watch that with my dad tomorrow night or something.
Nice.
Yeah, going home for a couple of days.
Okay. So you recommend me an Al Pacino film?
I have. Dog Day.
Oh, I know. I'll recommend to you. We'll have a nice Al Pacino episode.
Al Pacino week.
Next week.
Okay.
I'm going to recommend Serpico.
Seen it. I'll rewatch it.
Oh no.
No.
We were
I was.
Shut up!
Yeah, shut up.
I've got.
Because I was talking about it.
Yeah, but you've seen it already.
Yeah, but it's been years.
Relevance to this episode. Go watch RoboCop.
Okay.
I mentioned RoboCop earlier.
Okay, but I might watch Serpico anyway, just because we're going to have an Al Pacino segment next week.
Watch Serpico. Why not?
Yeah, because just before we end the episode, there's a great It's Always Sunny episode where Charlie, the village idiot, does a Serpico impression. Oh mate, like he goes undercover, he pretends to be a police officer, and then he Serpico. It's fucking hilarious. And I actually watched that before I watched Serpico, and rewatched it. Oh mate, it was so funny, man. But you don't watch It's Always Sunny, so
I would, but there's a lot of episodes.
Yeah,
I'm not catching up to it.
So, do you want to do the outro?
I did the intro.
You did the intro.
Who did the outro last week?
I've done the intro and outro for all episodes so far.
I tried doing the outro in the first episode.
You did. Stop breaking the fourth wall.
It's finished. This one. This one's all done now. Thank you. Yes, you. Oh, I hate this.
Yeah.
It's staring right at me.
I'm going to stop it now. That's it.